Alright, we are back, everyone. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let's meet with some more suspects. We got this guy here. Who's this? Looks like a character.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
The General, owner of the scrapyard.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the General. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
These people storm off really
He
quickly.
literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit. One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Oh no. Talk to Polly since we're over here.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready.
Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
Quite evasive indeed. Okay. This guy looks like... this person looks like they're ready to shit themselves.
Oh my pot is getting cold.
Roaming Sigourney, nicknamed the Pot Lady.
Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
Okay, so, well, she didn't storm off, but she also didn't answer any questions. York's not really asking much in the way of questions either. Because we met Jim briefly.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often.
And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
What?
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to, in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Sure.
Hello again, Agent York. How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good today.
Well, that's good to hear. Do you have any information that could help me out?
Information? Sounds difficult and not my kind of conversation. Anyways, you should come by the gas stand again. I'll give you the best service in town.
Zach, perhaps you can tell me. Why did she bother coming here?
Alright, Jack.
I've nothing to say to you.
I haven't asked you anything yet, Jack.
Shut it! I might open up if you introduce me to, I don't know, a Ben Franklin or two.
Oh, what a creature. Guess there's always someone like him in every town.
What a creature. Okay, well. You got Keith.
Hey, York! You were rocking it large up there!
Was I? I haven't been on stage like that since elementary school.
You made me think, man, like, things can't go on like this. We need, like, some action or something.
Are you kidding me right now? Okay. You're back.
I was pretty psyched up, you know, before you got on stage. I was like, dude, a real psycho in town. Pretty sweet gig. But now, I mean, dude, that lunatic could be any one of us, man. I don't want to think of that whack job coming after my family. Makes me shudder all over, man. It was way too heavy. You'll catch him, right, FBI?
Of course. But you need to be able to take care of those you love, too.
You're right, man. Right on the level. I need to do what's right for my family, man. You lit my soul, man. Thanks, FBI.
Lovely. Anyway, we're back. Hopefully. We get no more crashes.
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
Lily Ingram, Keith's wife.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself. Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts.
Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first. It's one of those things.
You certainly are a funny one.
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well, Becky's been taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that, I heard she was in shock after the murder. But...
You think there's something else?
Well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
You think getting married to this man is annoying with him always, like, fucking tapping out his own tune? guy yet?
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
He looks like Don Cheadle.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith.
Wesley the gunsmith. Gun store owner.
Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Wait, is he selling me these right now? He also sells lollipops.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
Even today, a customer paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see. Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
You're a shop that's open late. That's... Alright, let's talk to these guys.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
Nick Cormack.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You're sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
You also don't like answering questions either, so you're gonna have to repeat yourself, it sounds like.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Olivia Cormack, alright.
Anna worked at your husband's diner, right? What kind of girl was she?
Well, she was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there was one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
Yeah. Okay. Got Fiona. We met Fiona and the doctor already, but let's talk to them, see what they have to say.
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day, but I do. He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. You must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Get it, team.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Back in the hole. He left a submachine gun there. She walk like that. Alright, we got to save at least, so now we don't lose all that progress if game crashes.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right, then. Let's do that.
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner? That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think?
Yeah, but...
We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner, or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
The audio in this game is odd. Like sometimes, like, the characters sound really loud. Other times, the music overpowers them.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now, and this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe? Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor? Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned. The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life. To eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it.
What did you tell them?
He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum. Then he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual. The question of his mental state was the pivotal point in the court case.
Oh, man.
For me, he was insane. 100%. Drinking from the skulls, well, that is one thing. But those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too. Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else? Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims. That was a nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
You don't want to hear anymore? That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small. Crimes always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course, but still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Me neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience. Let's call it a night.
Okay. Good night, then.
That's pretty funny. Okay. Where's my car? Actually, how's our hunger? Honestly, at least it actually worked. At least Suikoden. Okay, so I don't think the milk barn is open this late. I think it closes at like 1800 or 1900. But I do want to go see if Jack is at the I want to go see if Jack is at the gas station, and we can check the hours on the milk barn. Then we'll head over to the hotel and see. I'm kind of getting a feel for this part of town at least, so there's that. And also cars that teleport in front of you. Okay. So the gas station should be just up here, past this lumberyard. I don't know why, but this music always makes you think of Breath of Fire 3. Like, is it... Anybody else hear that? Okay, they're closed. Oh, lovely. Should actually get the hours of their operation as well, now that I think about it. The gun shop should be open. I guess we could stop in at the gun shop on the way back too. Barn. You are closed, but we're here to get your hours of operation. Alright, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Locked. Now open at 6 a.m. Okay. We saved. Alright, let's head over to the gun shop. We'll check that out. I don't think we can get the hours of operation anywhere, though. It doesn't really... You know what, though? I think we don't even need to go in there to get the hours of operation. I think if we go in here, it'll just tell us the hours of operation. Never mind. I don't think it does. Don't need to see that. Alright, I don't know how to tell what the hours of operation is for stores in this game. I saw a sign on there that said now open at 6 a.m., but that might just be wall art. Hey doofus, welcome! Welcome, welcome, good sir! How you doing? How far did you make it in Liza P last night? Or was it last night? Oh, last time you were playing, anyway. Alright, here's Wesley in his gun shop. Anything I want. I want to see what you're selling. You have a really good reputation. Don't trust what you hear out there. Information can be totally controlled in this day and age. I'm well aware of that. But I can smell the difference. It's important in my line of work. Information smells bad when it's fake. My shop smells okay, doesn't it? Something like that. Wesley, do you take pride in your work? Guns are tools for killing. It isn't a job to brag about. But any job needs pride in it, for it to be done well. That's what I think. A mixture of humility and pride. That's the way to be, alright. Looks like my nose is right, Zach. Alright, so this is just his store from... Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I was right. You beat Victor! Champion Vector is, I didn't find him to be too bad. Most of the bosses after Romeo aren't bad. There was one that I had a lot of trouble with because, not because it was difficult, but just because I had come off a month of not playing it due to my back. So I kind of didn't remember the controls. Made playing the game much harder than it needed to be. And I was right about dodging Romeo to the left. You watch the YouTube video and he whiffs on everything once you get the timing down. That tends to be the thing in those games too, right? Like once you get the timing on their attacks, you got their number. But I watched my kill recently and I like fucking forgot how to play the game mid fight. It seemed, and was just pushing all the buttons wrong buttons after I successfully dodged the the fire foul dance.
Nothing. Just my imagination.
Just his imagination. Alright, we're heading to the hotel now, guys. I don't actually remember how to get to the hotel, so this is gonna be fun. We went back to parrying Victor and you got him to try 5. I tried to use a healthy mix of dodge and parry, but I feel like Liza P definitely wants you to parry a lot more than dodge. Okay, so we're not supposed to do this. Yeah, my controller is really really touchy. So I think the way to the hotel is up this road to my left. I'm gonna make a quick swerve around here. We did it. We're a pro. We're driving on the wrong side of the road right now, but we did it. Okay, so I think this will lead us up to the hotel. You tried dodging him at first because it was easier, but it took way too long, yeah. Did you notice the extra benefit of parrying too? There's a lot of enemies, if you parry their weapons enough, their weapons will just break. Not all enemies, and some of them just take way too long to do even that, but it's a kind of like a neat little feature in there. You're wondering if his fists will break? Yeah, I don't think they do, but that'd be kind of funny. Alright, here we go, guys. We've arrived, but before we drive into there, we're gonna take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We got more Deadly Premonition for you here in just a moment.